on, and nobody seems to be able to solve it from
Right.
either party. As a matter of fact, the administration just divides us in half and keeps us fighting against each other. And that's why we have a birth of a Tea Party, which is aggravated because they feel that their Republicans should do something.
Right.
And on the other side, the liberals feel that where the Republicans are blocking the administration's efforts. And it's these frustrations. And while this is going on, this division fighting over everything, and the same thing in the foreign policy.
Yeah.
While this is going on, we are slowly falling down as a country in almost every single area that you can measure, in our economy, in our religion, in our society, in our economics, and you can go on forever. And politics too, because politics aren't true. Democrats aren't sticking to democratic principles. Republicans seem to ignore half the principles, and so you get people like Ted Cruz who claims, who wants the Republicans to do more. And it's a tough thing, Mark.
I know, and you also got Trey Gowdy and Mike Lee, and you do have Michelle Bachmann out there. And Michelle Bachmann, as you know, was cut off by Neil Cavuto. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? But anyway, she was cut off by Neil Cavuto too. And even Charles Cunningham was being cut off by Bill O'Reilly. He can't get his points out there. This is why he's on a special report now with Brett Baer, because because Charles Cunningham said, flat out yesterday, he said, I don't like the factor anymore. The fact is, they're cutting me off. Even Bernie Goldberg sounded off too against the factor too, and he did that on social media. So then it gives you an idea of what is really going on, where journalism is, and as you know, with ABC, CBS, and NBC, and the PMS NBC, they're calling the Tea Party, you and I, racist, and they're calling, people who are running who have integrity, like the guy down in Mississippi who has integrity and who is scareful of having this country fall down in a communist nation. That's what we're heading right now because of this socialism in the liberal press right now. Go ahead, George. Sound off.
Okay, well, here's a problem. Once again, the media, you're talking about the press, with them it's a game. It's just a game, and then it's a bunch of stuff. I'm finding that even Tea Party peoples are upset with Trey Gowdy because, one, we love what he says. He's terrific when he's talking about it. But he was appointed the head of the special counsel by the Speaker of the House, and the Tea Party people that I know are saying, do it. When are you going to do these things you're talking about, Trey? When is he going to call it together? When is he going to call these people? He promised he's going to call the president, he's going to do this, and he's going to get to the bottom of this thing, Ghazi. And yet, all he does is talk about other things, and what he says is terrific, but what he does, the people don't know. So you talk about people, the frustration. There's people down in Mississippi. There are a lot of people like you, like I, and maybe some other people that feel that principle is important, and that we should be doing something about what's going on here. But the frustration across the nation right now is saying, how do we get out of this thing? What do we do to feel it? Can we wait till 2016 to get out of it?
No.
Can we hope that at the end of 2014 we take the Senate? And if we take the Senate, will the House Republicans have enough testicles to impeach? And should they be impeaching now? There are enough impeachable offenses. Should they be impeaching now? To heck with the fact that the Senate will never approve the impeachment. But the fact is, at least on record, it shows that this guy was impeached, just like Clinton was impeached, even though he beat it.
Right.
So these are principles of things that say, hey, at least it shows we're doing something. And I'm frustrated too, as you probably can tell, Mark, because I don't see us going anywhere.
I know.
We have lies. Just about a week ago, the president said there would be no boots on the ground in Iraq, and now every time we turn around, he's sending a couple hundred more. And yesterday, the Pentagon says we got to send more, and we're going to get involved in that thing all over again, but nothing.
Also, don't forget,
because we grouped it up in a first place because we gave the guns to ISIS when they were fighting in Syria. So these are the frustrations you have. And I don't know what the solution is. I wish I had a solution. Do you have one, Mark?
Well,